What's up, family? It is none other than your boy Jay Giddens, the father. As usual, remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle. I have to give some disclaimers. I have to give some disclaimers and disclosures at the beginning of this video because, like, y'all are really in my living room right now. Like, y'all in a live setting. We are parents in the wild. You feel me? Like, this is National Geographic for parents right now. It is not a game. Like, listen, let me show you. Listen, she over there. Look, what is she doing? What is she doing? And then we got demo. And look at she. Oh, my apologies. Look, she over here breastfeeding. Look, a lot is going on. Okay. But I told everybody that we wanted to go live. My goddess and I was in the car and we was having a conversation about something that led to us wanting to do a video to talk about what questions we thought would be good questions to ask somebody who you were dating, right? If you're a person who is like single or even in a relationship, I think you're gonna benefit from this video, and I think we can all benefit from like sharing this type of energy with one another.
Yeah, and just to get everybody's different perspectives on the situations and questions that we are saying are important to ask.
Right. And for those who don't know, this is my goddess, Danielle. You should probably know by now, you know me. The kids, look, he's positioning himself in the video.
He would like to say hi.
Because he wanted to say hi.
Go ahead, Josh, say hi.
You can come up. Yeah, all right. Good job. All right. But yeah, we just wanted to, let's try to make this video as quick as possible because we're going to chop, I'm going to chop, you know I'm going to clip this back, right? Right, so I'm going to clip this back. So we're just going to go through some questions. And I want to say ahead of time, you may hear, oh, what's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? I want to say ahead of time, you may hear some disruptions. You may hear some children making loud noises. You may hear some reprimanding of children making loud noises. You may hear some correcting of behaviors. These things may take place. We are parents of 6 children, and things tend to happen. But I wanted to go live because I thought it was important to show, like, I thought it was important to show the live activity that took place as we were presenting the information we're presenting. Because we're talking about, like, relationship stuff. Like, for those who are in relationship, my goddess and I, we've been together since April 9th of 2015, okay? And we have not spent a day apart since then. And I'm not saying that like to brag or anything. I'm saying that because I want to ask y'all to hear us out when we talk to you about certain perspectives that we have and certain pieces of information we can give you an insight as it relates to like how to make that work. It's not like we think we special or better than nobody or nothing. It's just, again, I want to offer a different perspective and position. And my goddess as well.
It's funny because we actually still have things that we bring up to each other that we don't really know that we have different perspectives on, and we talk about those things. That's how we ended up talking about it today, because it was something we were talking about and then we had different perspectives, and we was like, we should talk about this on a live, like, because these things still come up in our relationship and conversation after 9 years.
What's up, Cuzzo? Yeah, so look, for everybody who is in a position where you might be dating or you might be looking for somebody, for my males out there, I had some questions myself that I want to suggest that you position to a woman, and I'm serious about this. Like, I know some guys might be like, nigga, I ain't about to take advice from nobody, I'm good, you know, just hear me out for a second, not because I think I'm better, nothing like that, like, just hear me out, like, just hear with the question. All right, family, yeah, hit me. And I just want you to take it into perspective. You don't have to ask it the exact way I word the question, but just formulate it your own way, and we're going to talk about why we want to ask that as well. All right, so, and she has some questions. I don't know if hers are female driven or both. I mean, mine's just both. Yeah. All right, so we're just going to go through the questions. So first one we had was, what's up, son?
I love you too.
We appreciate you. Well, he said he loved her. He ain't mentioned me, but we appreciate.
Love the video. I love it.
Okay, you can tell them. Go ahead.
I love you.
They heard you. All right, she love y'all. All right, so look, right, first one. So just to let y'all know the way this is gonna go, we're gonna ask a question, and then after each question, we're gonna explain why that question is important. And then after each, we're gonna explain our perspective, and then after our perspective, we're gonna check the comments and respond. We're probably not gonna have. I mean, we had 2 people, and we're probably not gonna have enough to do that. But all right. So look, first question. In what order? And it doesn't have to go in this particular order. I don't think we went over what order we wanted these to be in. Jewel. We don't want to climb in the chair, Jewel, because then we could fall and we could hurt ourselves. Not going to the hospital 101. This is school. This is parenting school. Back up.
Come over here and lay down and wash your tablet, okay?
This is parenting 101.
Jay, you lay down that end.
All right, so first question was, in what order do you serve your family dinner, right? And we came up with that question because we pretty much wanted to. So basically what we mean by that is to ask the person, like if you're out on a date or if y'all having a phone conversation or if y'all just hanging out, you know, if y'all were in a relationship and y'all had a family, you know, husband, wife, kids, right? What order do they imagine dinner being served, right? And now that we have that question out there, we want to go into why that's important. So it's important because it's going to tell you how the other person prioritizes what they're looking for in the opposite sex, which is essentially everything that you have to bring to the table, which is being the opposite sex. So it's important for you to know that. You know what I'm saying?
And I actually have heard this question a lot. And I also heard it in reference to other conversations that I've heard before about, you know, oh, they put their kids before me, and especially when it's like a single person with no kids or dating one person with kids. And it's like, this is a very important conversation, especially for someone with children who is dating a person without children, because you have to see where their mind frame is and the perspective of what's important and what comes first.
Right. And to my men out there, again, I don't want to be biased or anything, but again, I'm a guy. It's very important to ask the question of what order do you think dinner should be served in, because it'll tell you how she looks at a man in the family dynamic, right? Like, what order does she feel like the man should be served in? You know what I'm saying, in terms of dinner. And you might get some side gestures, some faces, you know, as responses to these questions as well, which will tell you a lot. All right, let's move on to. Oh well.
So what is your perspective on that? What do you think it should be?
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
What order do I think the? See, I didn't think we was going to be doing this. We was telling people questions. We wasn't supposed to be asking.
No, we were giving our perspectives as well.
All right, so like I feel like, all right. So what's the question? Question is, in what order do I feel the dinner should be served? I mean, I feel like, come on, man, what you asking me that question for? I'm with my family. For anybody watching this back, this was not fair. I feel like you should comment if you're watching this back if you thought this was fair, because we did not discuss this. It was not premeditated. Now I feel like the man. I feel like it's really going to be circumstantial. Like if it's just general, the children need to eat first. I mean, that's a given. Like, you know what I'm saying? There should never be a different answer than that. The children eat first. You know what I mean? Jewel, stop it. She over here dumping. She dumping, but look, let me show y'all. She got some burdock root. Yeah, the culprit. Yeah. She got burdock root tea over there, and she dumping it on the floor. In the bowl. She dumping it whatever she doing. She dumping it. All right. So look, so yeah, I feel like children should eat first, and then I would say probably the man of the house, the king of the household, and then probably, I guess there's only one of them. The queen.
I agree though. I actually agree with that. That's the order I would have put it in: the children, and the man, and then me.
That's just
the way that I do.
Yeah. So that's both of our perspectives on that. And then lastly, so y'all just comment, if you're watching this back, comment, hey, look, Miss A Hey, Trish, she just came in here. I hope you can stay in here. Oh, and Nelly in here. Hold on.
Hi, Nelly.
You know I'm gonna clip this back, right? It's like, nah, look, y'all are awesome to be in here for this, right? Because y'all, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all, so like we just was asking questions. We was coming
only
up
on number 1, so that's good.
Right, we only on number 1. So I know if you gotta go, that's cool. That's cool if you gotta go. But this one live I want y'all to stay for real. No, but like we was coming up with questions that we felt like you should ask.
When you there.
You should ask me. Hey, y'all say hi, Nelly.
Hi, Nelly.
Get down. Get down?
Hi, Nelly.
Alright, so look. There's one. We was coming up with questions that you should ask somebody that you dating, right? So the first one that and then we was giving our perspectives on it. The first one my goddess came up with, she got a list of them right here. Alright? We got something together. We came up with them together. Alright? So first one was, in what order do you serve your family dinner? So I want to know what y'all think about that. And if y'all got y'all significant others with y'all, comment for me what y'all answer to that is. The question again is, in what order do you serve your family dinner, right? And we're talking about in your traditional husband, wife, children setting, okay? If you have the husband, wife, husband, that doesn't matter. We're not here to discuss gender and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're just here to discuss the dynamic and the concept.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
and for to repeat our perspective, we do children. Well, our perspective is children, father, and then mother. That's just what I prefer, and every family is going to be different in ways, but I definitely think the children should be first. I definitely think the children should be first in any setting.
Oh, she said wife, then the kids. I heard a lot of women say that. My goddess actually said she disagreed with it.
I actually think the children, and then the husband, and then me. I always eat last. Yes, and it's not because it has to be that way. It's just that's the way I prefer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like me personally, yes. I mean, I'm with whatever my goddess. I call my goddess because she's exactly that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do whatever she want me to do. Like, so if she make my plate first, I'm gonna eat first because I be wanting to eat. I don't be trying to wait. I don't be trying to wait for the kids to eat. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't be trying to wait for the kids to eat. I mean, I love them. You know what I'm saying? Look, they beautiful over there. Yay! Right? But I be trying to eat first. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I am, I do agree that the kids should eat first. So now you said, hold on. Let me put. All right. So Chanel said, my Falana. Y'all wild. These niggas go. She said your wife then the kids, and then she said I make my husband plate first and put it aside. Then I make the kids plate. Oh shit, I'm messing up the comment. Then I make the kids plate, and it's messing up because they sit down and eat.
And
then I eat last. See?
I mean, it's pretty much this. She pretty much agrees with us, except she makes her husband's plate first.
Right. Which I'm not against in the slightest. You feel me? I'm not against it. Nah, he said mostly because I don't be hungry after I cook. Yeah, I can't see because this white glass. Y'all see this white cup that I got? It's blocking the letters, so I can't. Now I can see it's a blue background.
Just move the cup over. Why you go put it back?
Well, reporting reporting live today on Jay Giddens News. Look at it. Look at her. She always just running up on her, kissing her. Like, this is what I'm saying. And that's because, look, to be honest with you, that's because we love on each other, we hug on each other, and kiss on each other so much. The kids just do that. They just do. Jewel, don't do too much. She do too much though. All right, she said, husband get the plate first, but y'all can eat together. Okay. All right. Love your energy. I appreciate you, Free Larry. I appreciate you, family.
Okay.
Much love for you. Much love to you. So let's move on to look. We got 12 questions. I don't know how long y'all could hang with us. If you gotta go, that's cool. If you don't, I appreciate it because like we don't have no friends. My goddess tried to have a mommy night. They ain't come through on her. My goddess be like, I don't have no friends that got kids. That's cool. And you know what I'm saying. So like when we get on the live, it's like, oh snap, we got 4 friends, 3 friends, two friends, 1 friend. Oh, they was coming, man. The nigga said they was coming. Yes.
All right, let go.
I want
Let
to
go.
show them how I'm gonna make a ring.
Not right
Okay,
now,
can you-
KG.
Look, look. Can you show them real quick? Show them how you're gonna make the bracelet. Go.
I already made it.
Okay.
Good job.
Almost made it.
Almost tied up.
All right.
Hey,
Now show them.
boom, there you go. Let me show them. It pop, but it's okay.
All right, we can do another
You can show it in a
one.
minute, okay?
Okay.
Because we're gonna go through some more questions, okay?
All right.
Okay.
So the second question, just to get a head start, that we came up with was, does cheating mean that you don't love a person?
Right? So that was what the question is. After we tell you the question, which is, does cheating mean that you don't love a person? Right? This is a question. Again, we're proposing questions that you should ask somebody that you're interested in. Right? And then after we ask the question, we want to explain why it's important. Now that's important, of course, so you can determine whether or not they're going to cheat on you. It's like, no, so you can determine what their perspective of cheating is. Because this fits into my ideology and concept of truth not being something, or trust not being something people should do. Like, I don't believe in trust. I believe in logical belief, right? So I don't trust that my goddess is not going to cheat on me. Like, honestly, I don't trust anything. Like, I don't believe in trust personally. But I do not believe that there is a logical reason for my goddess to, because she values me and she values my children, and she has had a perspective in life that doesn't lead me to believe that it makes sense for her to cheat on me. But it's not because I just trust her. When you do that, you become blind. But when you answer this question, you'll be able to look at the person and see, when you ask them, does cheating mean you don't love a person, you can find logical reasons to decide one way or the other whether or not this person will cheat. You know what I mean? Based on the information that you're getting from how they respond to it, what they say and all of that, right? So after that, we want to explain our perspectives on it. So my perspective on, and comment anything that y'all have, even if you're watching this back, for the people watching the video back that don't make the live, or that's not into the live, comment for me, you know what I'm saying? Is she on the, I know you changed it, but I don't want to get it. Yeah, you did. All right, but I want to look at y'all comments. I want to read them as well. I'm going to do that on each question. All right, does cheating mean that you don't love a person? Goddess, you want to answer first, or?
Yeah, I can. So I'm here. I'm just changing the baby. So for me, I don't believe that if it would depend on the scenario. If it's a repeat offender, then I don't necessarily think they don't love you, but they have no respect for you. If it was a one-time thing, it could have been a slip. You know, I wouldn't say that a person doesn't love and respect you because they cheated on you once. So that's just my perspective on it.
All right. So my perspective. She said, I agree with the value. Be it depends on. Oh, hold on. I ain't want to go to. Hold on. Hold on. Before I get to y'all comments, hold on, because I want to check those. All right. Now, so my personal. The question is, does cheating mean you don't love a person? I do not think that cheating means that you don't love a person at all. Not one bit. In fact, if somebody cheat on you, they might love you a lot. Because if not, they would have just dipped on your ass and never called you, or probably ghosted you. But I also would say, as a caveat, I do not think that love is required for a relationship, nor do I think it is what a relationship should depend on. I think more important things like, compassion, integrity, maturity, responsibility. I think these things are more important. Honesty, right? Truth. These things are more important than love. So a person can love you to death and still cheat on you. A person can love you and kill you. A person might kill you because they love you. So love ain't this thing that I think that highly of, to be like, oh, you know what I mean? I don't think it matters that much whether you love a person or not. It just gotta make sense. All right, now let me go to the comments now. All right, so Mr. T Beautiful said, I don't think cheating. Yeah, move that cup. I can't see a damn thing. All right, I don't think cheating means you don't love someone. Just means you're mentally weak. I could agree with that. Said, I agree with the value because it depends on your value to that person for them to cheat or not. Okay, I can get that perspective. I can get that perspective. All right, Falana said, cheating does not mean you don't love a person. They just love themselves and their needs more.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
I can agree with that. Yeah. I strongly, definitely agree with the weakness thing, though. Like
with the weakness, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mike. Look, Mike didn't put a paragraph in here. Hold on.
Oh gosh, what did you say,
He
Mike?
said, I think the definition of love is subjective. If we are speaking from emotional perspective, you can love someone and abuse them, or even worse, people kill people they love. Right? That's what I see. He was on the same. He was feeling what I was saying. He said cheating is about loyalty. Now, Miss the Beautiful said agreed. I didn't know what you were saying agreed to specifically because I went through so much. So why? But yeah, when it comes to that, like I said, I don't feel like just because somebody, and I used to, even before I reached the level that I have now, I used to tell women, you know, like even like my female cousins and everything, I used to tell them, like, please don't think that because your man cheat on you, that means he don't love you. You know, you can think that means he's being disloyal or he's a liar, you know, something like that. But it don't mean that he don't love you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you that from like a man's perspective. It just doesn't mean that. But this is also coming from a man who doesn't.
I mean, and with so I also feel like it comes down to men and women as well. A lot of the times people cheat for different reasons, of course. But for a man, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't really be for love. It would be lack of control. For a woman, on the other hand, though, it may be.
Right.
Because for women, we see sex as something very different than men. So if we're having sex with another person, then most of and that's not for every woman. Don't get me wrong. When I'm speaking from general concept. Of course, every situation is going to be different, and every person is going to be different because we know some women out there who just like to have sex. Okay,
that is.
But but for the most part,
you gotta do one of them. Thotties. You gotta do something like that.
No, I'm not. No.
I apologize. Look, Jewel over here saying thotties. I apologize, Jewel.
Oh my goodness, don't say that.
I mean, look, she gotta find out what they are though, because I have to teach my daughter to stay away from them. They breed little of them called toddlers. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep them toddlers away from my toddler. You know what I'm saying? Toddlers and toddlers don't play together, because toddlers play with. I'm gonna leave it alone.
I was about to say, watch your mouth.
Anyway, man, I don't even know what we was talking about.
Yeah, so we're gonna go. So the comments, we read through the comments for the second question. So you feel comfortable enough to move to the third?
Yeah, but I wanted to. Falana said, "But when you begin to be deceitful, that's not love." So I wanted to speak before we move to the third question, because we got 12. But I always used to say, like, I don't think that it's wrong. I think what's wrong is not that you had sex with another person. I think what's wrong is that you had sex with another person and you told them that you were not going to. That's where so I agree with the fact that the deceit is the real issue.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then that's why I also said too, it depends on if you're a repeat offender or if it was a one-time thing. Like
repeat offender, like she
you got them repeat offenders. Like they gonna say over and over again it was an accident and they did it 50 times. That's a repeat offender.
She's talking about cheating for those who might be just Mark Manifesting, what's up, family? He might be just jumping in. She's talking about cheating when she's using the language of repeat offender. And then we got somebody in here who's a lawyer. She's not talking about committing crime. Repeat offender is. She said repeat offender is real. It is real though. All right, look.
That's what it is. Though.
Hey y'all, look. By the way, we thinking about doing this regularly, but on the other page, on the Jay Giddens Family page. So follow us on Jay Giddens Family. It's at Jay Giddens Family. I'll make sure to start sending the live out when we do this. We're going to do these kind of videos. And you can let us know what topics we can do and stuff. All right, look. Third question. What is your perspective on a father who doesn't have a job? Right? Now, the reason that this is important for my men, this is one of my questions. For my men, this is important because one of the things that has been tearing our families apart and destroying our children is something called parental alienation, okay? This is something where the children are being kept from the fathers. A lot of times the justification for this is the fact that the father doesn't have any money, he broke, stuff like that, right? And you can find that out by listening to these questions, right? Now, I will say that it's okay. Well, I'm not going to jump to my perspective yet. That's why it's important for you to know, because you want to, as a man, when you're asking a woman questions, you want to try to navigate where your life is going to be, because as a man, you are king. You know what I'm saying? As a man, what's up, young Art? I hope young Art, listen, people game, right? As a man, you are king of the castle. You know what I'm saying? You have to run shit. So when you're looking at this queen that you're about to take hold of, you have to figure out whether or not she is going to be able to play the position in your kingdom that you're going to need played. And honestly, when you ask the question of what is your perspective on a father who doesn't have a job, it'll tell you how creative she is with what she can do with a man, right? Because honestly, once you get a woman and you her king, right, she got you by the balls. That's one thing I want to let you know, by the way. All of this, king of my castle, all of that, that's the outside, okay? On the inside, she got you by these, bro. So, you want to make sure that you're picking somebody to hold these gently, okay? And if she views you as valuable for more than work or more than money or more than just like, go get me a purse, go get me some money, then your chances of her ripping the motherfucker is much less, because even if you don't have a job, guess what? She's still going to have some things for you to do. Maybe some stuff around the house, maybe some stuff with the kids, maybe some rubbing on her back. I don't know. She can go ahead and give her.
So I saw in the comments somebody said the word job, and this is the reason why we use the word job is because a lot of people, of course, in this realm, consider a job very important, and this is why we use the word job. We didn't say work. We didn't say, because a lot of people don't care about that. They want you to have a job. They want you to have they want you to work for the man. Right. So this is why it was important that we use the term job. Because of course, you can create your own means of income, and this is what's important about what that is, with that question, because I will support him in any way that will help support our family. So if that means working, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But if that means finding your own way, I'm with that too. That doesn't determine, and even in the realm of all those things, that doesn't determine the type of father you are. I've had family members that have been homeless with nothing and still coming to make sure they see their children every day. They're not with their children's mother. They're not, but they go and make sure they see their children every day, because that's what's important, and that's what, he could be a better father, but that doesn't determine whether you're a good father. At the end of the day, as long as you're supporting your children as best you can, in the way that you can, I feel like, and instilling the important things in them. You may not be able to instill the work part in them, but you're able to install the mental, you're able to install the love, you're able to install the dedication, and show them what that looks like, even in the face of not being able, in lacking in some other portion. You know what I mean? So that's why, that's the way I look at the perspective of a father who doesn't have a job.
Yeah, and the reason I thought that was important also was because this is a lot of times what holds our fathers back. When I talk to fathers and they're not involved in their children's life, a lot of times the reasons and excuses they give me is, man, I don't have no money, well, I don't have no job, so, I ain't been to see my kid in 6 months because I ain't been working. And I'm just like, bro, why is it that our people associate being a father with having a job? Like, you have to still be there, bro. I wish that I had a father, bro. Like, I wish that he didn't care. Anyway, bro. Anyway. Alright, so let me read some of the comments. So, Mike said, or Lil If the Rapper said, I think a job as a father is to provide. If he had time to have sex and father children, he has time to provide for said children. He doesn't have to have a traditional job, but he needs to provide. Right. I will get you on that. But a lot of times they want you to have a traditional job, because if not, you don't fit in, and they, you know what I mean? You said, of course, appreciate the insight. Yeah, definitely, Young Art. You said, alright, so Mrs. T the Beautiful said, money doesn't determine what type of father a person can be. However, money is required to take care of the child, so rather it's a lot or a little or a lot. Rather it's a lot or a little or a lot. Okay. A real father teaches. Right. See? You see? Alright, so here's the thing. With that perspective that she gave, a real father teaches, right? That allows room for a man to not give up on his children just because he don't have a job, because he knows that if he can be the best teacher he can be, she might still appreciate him as a father. You know what I'm saying? And that will give him the courage he needs to move up. But like I said, the reason this is important is because you want to find out whether or not the woman that you're about to deal with is going to put you through hell when y'all have a child, if that happens.
Yes.
And if that does happen, holla at me. I got some other videos to help you with that. Let's move on to the next one, right? Look, everybody acting up at the same time. No. Don't play with the whites, baby. We're not gonna play with the whites, okay? No, we not. All right. So the fourth question. All right. What is the role of a woman or man in a relationship, right? So, all right. Hold on, real quick. You said, well, most people are brainwashed. Men allow women to dictate too much, and I think that has a lot to do with the feminization of our culture. They have systematically removed the black man. Okay, that's definitely the case. In terms of the systematic removal of at least the features of a masculine black man from the household. I don't want to go too much into that, though. I just wanted to go over these questions. And again, this is important because you're going to be spending your life with this person, apparently, right? That you're dating, right? So what is your perspective on, so what is the role of a woman or man in a relationship? The reason this is important, I think it's pretty straightforward, because you want to know what they are expecting of you and what you should be expecting of them. And this is going to answer that question for you based on what they say. My perspective on, to give our perspective on what is important, my apologies, what the role of a man or woman is. I think the role of a man is to provide, to defend, you know what I mean, to be, security, to just protect, to make sure to protect. I think that's the primary goal of the masculine energy, to protect, and just to protect, and everything else that you do falls under that. Like if you was to say the purpose of a man is to provide, okay, he's providing to protect them. Because he's providing a house, because he wants to protect them from shelter. He's making money because he wants to protect them from the needs that they have, hunger stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's all about protection. That's what I feel like a man is just there for, to protect. And a woman, I feel like, is there to create. To create. To create. To create what the man protects.
We'll get one out the kitchen.
Life. To create and to make sure that he is in position to do the things that he needs to do. So they're supportive. You said woman love feeling safe. So agree. All right, Goddess, did you want to give your perspective?
So my perspective.
Y'all comment your perspective. We're gonna go over y'all.
My perspective is, I'll start off with the role of the man. My perspective with the role of the man is to, I would categorize it as lead, to lead and protect. I can go into depth a little bit more. When I say lead, I mean being able to come up with solutions to problems that arise, In doing so, being able to follow through with those solutions, while also protecting and defending the important aspects of our family. I also feel like I guess that's the general of what I feel for a man. For a woman, I feel as though it is to nurture. It is to bind and create our legacy. And in that sense, what I mean by create is, of course, mean having children, being able to add to the family. And then with nourish, I mean by giving that feminine energy, the breastfeeding, the cooking, the cleaning. And that's not to say that's the only person that does that, but I'm just saying it's more fitting for the role of nourishing. And then for another thing that I feel is important is support, and that comes from both people. I don't think that's a man or woman role. I think that's just very important for a relationship to be able to support both. So that's that for that question for me. So we can, I guess, read the comments now.
Yeah, let's go, because we've been yeah, so alright, and good night. If you watch this back, good night, Nelly. I see you just said you leaving out. Head to bed. Alright, so let's go ahead and move forward. So for those who just came in, by the way, shout out to I see Mother of Jamal and Joni just came in. I'm not sure if I know y'all personally or anything, but we're going over some questions that we thought, we have 12 questions that we thought would be good to ask somebody that you're dating or somebody you're just getting to know and you trying to, just gauge how the relationship should be. I had some that I came up with myself personally for men. My goddess, oh, your name is Aaron. Okay, young Art, now I know you're Aaron. Hey, Ron. Psych family. So now let's move on to the next question. We're gonna tell you what the question is that we suggest that you ask. And then we're going to tell why it's important to ask the question and then give what our perspective is on it. And we ask that you comment, like if you AA Ryan, he put the laughing emoji. Alright, so how important is sex to the relationship? This is a very interesting one, right? How important is sex to the relationship? Because that's very important. Now the reason that's important is because it's going to let you know what to expect. I mean, I think that's the same thing for pretty much every question. It's going to let you know what to expect from the person and what they're going to expect from you. And when it comes to sex, that's a pretty important thing, because that could be the deal breaker for somebody. That's actually the deal breaker for a lot of people. That's intimacy. That's very deep. You touching on somebody, they breathing all on you, all on your neck. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You said that's heavy.
Yes, you need a wipe. What do you need a wipe for?
You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot going on with that. You don't want to just be doing that with anybody. So when you ask somebody how important is sex to the relationship, their answer is going to determine what quarrels y'all might be having throughout the relationship. Because if they get off you hey, give me this, no, get off it, y'all fighting every day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work. And some people alright, anyway, so what we gonna move on? The question is,
so perspective on that.
Yeah, perspective. She's gonna give her perspective first.
So my perspective on that
we already know what that means.
Sex is not as important as intimacy. You can have intimacy without sex. For me, the role of sex in our family is to have children. Okay? It is fun. It is great. It is definitely not a boring thing. Okay? But it's not as important as a lot of people make it. And that's just my perspective. I've never been too big on being like super sexual. And that's not to say that I have never been super sexual. It's just not a big thing for me. Like it's not like something I have to do to show my love. So that's just that. 4 kids later, 9 years, still got mine, so it's Bubba, don't do that. So that's just my perspective on it, honestly. It's not as important as intimacy. You can have that intimacy without being sexual, or without having sex. So it's not that important to me for a relationship, although it is nice to have.
So, yeah.
Can you come on?
Say no. Peep this. All right. The question was, how important is sex to a relationship? I mean, my perspective on it is, I think it's pretty important. But I think what's more important is that you understand what the purpose of it is, and that you're being responsible, right? Like myself and my goddess, we practice semen. Well, I practice semen retention, and together we practice abstinence, kind of. Right? So like we might have sexual relations like on average, like maybe like 2 times a year.
And that didn't start off that way, by the way.
Yeah, in the beginning, it was multiple times a day. But see, we've both grown in very many ways, and like we've come to the understanding of sexual energy, sacral energy. If you guys are familiar, SACRAL energy, I would advise you to look that up. and how that affects things, right? And then also, when it comes to semen retention, it kind of helps you as a man with a lot of things.
Sit down, please.
Joe, you can't come behind mommy like that. You can sit right here, but don't come behind mommy like that. When it comes to semen retention, it's one of those things that help you as a man become stronger, mentally, physically, and all of that. Like it just helps you not be so weak and just feel like, oh my God, yo, damn, shorty fat. I see that on, I remember how I used to be. I remember like being like that, like you riding in the car, you. Shorty, man. Hey, yo, shorty, I need your number, shorty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start to, as you practice semen retention, you start to be able to hear that third voice, or that second voice, I guess in this case, that's in your head, that's telling you the things that you're thinking when you are thinking that. You know what I mean? And you realize that, like, it's like anger, like, you know what I'm saying? It's another emotion that's there trying to creep in and take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? It just builds character when you're able to commit yourself to semen retention. And guys, y'all should know that this is true because you don't want to do it. Do you think you would not want to do it if it wasn't hard? And anything that's hard is going to be strong. It's going to build strength. Right? So my perspective on it is that it is pretty important. I think sex is very important. But I think that it's important that it be done correctly. It needs to be done in order to create life for that purpose, and it needs to be done responsibly, meaning in a situation where someone getting pregnant is not wanted. You know what I mean? Like, you should never be laying down with somebody about to have sex with them and you don't want a child. That's an irresponsible activity to do. You can take the route of, ceasing the life of the child through abortion or through other mechanisms, Plan B and all that stuff. Or you can go the route of putting harmful things inside your body or toying with your body in unnatural ways to prevent your ability to procreate, which I really would not recommend doing. So this is why the only safe way to have a relationship is for a man to practice semen retention so he can keep himself in order, and for I don't know. Hold on, y'all. That's yeah. What's up, family? All right, my apologies, family. Oh, hold on. You said. All I think sex is negatively viewed. All right, let's go to the question. I mean, to the comments. He said, I think sex is negatively viewed in society based on its mishandling and abuse. I see sex as a that connects the emotional, mental, and physical, which is why it's the catalyst of creation. I mean, I can understand that. It's just at the end of the day, it's just about how it's gonna affect the relationship. When it comes to sex, it's gonna affect the relationship in terms of y'all being loyal to each other. If one person is wanting more than the other person, or something like that, you know what I'm saying. That's why I would say when you say sex is like gunfire, with everything else being the aim. Being the aiming, the loading of the gun, and the intent, it's useless without a balance. So I agree with you guys too. Yeah, you gotta have balance. I mean, like I said, our balance is just to not do it. I mean, and it's helpful because we have so many kids, so it just, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody, look, all my guys, you know this, because if you messing with a girl that got kids, when you go over there, you know it's hard to get something if she got kids. And they woke. Just know mine always woke. It's like, no, all right, let's move on to the next question. The next question, if we have children and end up separating, this was one of mine for the guys. I don't know if it was one of mine actually, but this is important for the guys. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I remember it being mine, but this is important for the guys. If we have children and end up separating, what would be your idea of a good co-parenting, right? Of good co-parenting. So this is a good question, guys, for you to ask women. I think you definitely.
I think for both ways, honestly.
I mean, yeah, actually both ways. Yeah, because I guess there's a lot of deadbeat fathers out there. But what I would say is, to my men, ask this question if you are a good father or intending to be a good father. Ask this question of a woman, because it will show you how she's going to treat you when you guys separate. If you end up doing that, it's going to show you how she's going to handle the children with you, or it's going to show you how she wants you to think that she's going to handle the children, with you. So either way, it's good intel, right? My perspective on the question, which was what, if somebody had asked me, if we split up, what is my idea of co-parenting? I mean, my idea of co-parenting is first of all, the answer to this question is going to be heavily dependent upon the two people. Like the characteristics of the people, how they are. Like if I feel like I'm the better parent, and when I say better parent, I mean, the best interests of the children, meaning whether or not they're going to grow up and be little delinquents, you know what I'm saying, little problematic, ignorant little knuckleheads, or whether or not they're going to grow up and be productive members of society who can contribute something. Like if I think that you're more capable of doing that than me, then I think maybe we should be, figuring out how you can contribute more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whoever can do better. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I really think it's about. But if it's just, keeping things generalized, then it should be 50-50. I mean, I would say like y'all do half and half. I mean, the year has 365 days in it. Split it up 182 of them down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody get an extra day. Whoop-de-woo. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I think it should be. That way nobody is saying, well, I'm the parent that does more, I'm the parent that does more. Like, no, you do the same thing I do. Like, what are you talking about? That's how they always trying to act like one parent better than the other. Like, I don't, so that's how co-parenting should work. And then when you have them, you take care of them. When I have them, I take care of them. Why am I giving the kids to you and then you calling me talking about I need to get them food? Nigga, get them food. They your kid. Feed them. Why are you calling somebody else trying to tell them to help you feed kids you got with you? What are you talking about? Feed them, right? Now, if I got them with me, I'm damn sure not about to call you and be like, yeah, my kids over here and they hungry. What you talking about? I'm going to feed my kids. I ain't never been the type to call somebody else and tell them they need to do something for my kids. What you talking about? They mine. They with me. Why would I feed? I don't even get that logic. I'm not going to call somebody else to ask them to feed kids that's sitting next to me. I'm going to get them fed. But like I said, the importance of that, like I said, is because you're going to find out how they're going to deal with you if y'all do separate, and if they think they're more valuable than you. And that part can be combined with other questions too. What you
for me, I feel as though everybody's situation is different, right? But what I think is important to be good co-parents and will help with whatever your situation is being able to communicate with each other and being able to put the children first. So no matter what your own personal feelings are, if it's best for the children, you're going to be willing to do. So that's what I feel like
Jewel
is a good idea of good co-parenting. And being able to agree on that. Because it's not about hurting each other or who gets what or anything like that. It's about being able to take care of the children. So if you guys can come together and be able to agree on that part, no matter what situation comes forth, you will be able to handle it together, even though you guys are not together. So it's like this, like he was saying, okay, if you have the children and you need help with food, you know, yeah, you should be able to take care of it, but, you know, I'm not able to handle that right this second. Can you help me? You know what I mean? And it's not to say that I wouldn't do the same for you. It's about helping the kids. You know what I mean? Because everybody's going to be in a situation that they don't want to be in at some point. And it helps to be able to have a person that you know you can always fall back on that is meant to help the children. You know what I mean? These are our children. If I can't fall back on you, who can I fall back on? And at the end of the day, I feel as though it should be the same way. If you can't fall back on me, then who else should you be able to fall back on? These are our children. You know, so that's how I feel about the situation. And what I would think would be a good idea of good co-parenting, because in that sense, you'll be able to handle anything that arises. And for me, the court system don't belong in your business when it comes to your kids. Unless you, of course, the other person is putting you in a position to have to. I don't really think it's necessary.
I would agree. All right, let's keep it moving. So.
And did you want to see if anybody commented?
Oh yeah, comments. My apologies, family. So he said, I think it depends on how well you are able to coexist with each other. If you are in bad terms, you should probably split the week and alternate weekends. If you are on good terms, it'll be the same. Yeah, I mean, I got you on splitting. It just depends on. I just think it just depends on the kids. You said, when is the trial date? It's well, there's several dates.
Look, that is not what this live is about. And we're not going to make our live about her, okay? Not this one. Not this one. We're going to keep it to our questions, because we are not going to allow her to control our lives and our energy.
Back to you, Scotty.
I'm not playing with her.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
He about to get them started. And then he go.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
He gonna message you with the trial date. He'll message you about that.
Nah, September 4th is the one about the abduction. So I thought,
I just said we're not about to make this live.
I apologize.
My energy is not going to her tonight, okay?
Alright, look. I apologize. Alright, look. So,
yes.
What were we doing? I think everything just got...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He said that man's so silly. You have no idea.
Get them amped up, and then they going to be jumping around.
He's got no idea. He's got no idea, does he?
He don't.
He's got no idea how silly I am.
9 years.
I'm so silly that I'll talk like this just to lie and tell you that I'm from Wales. You know Wales, like Scotland, over there where England is.
Come on, this live gonna be forever.
Alright, look, the next question.
Right,
we've been on here for 8,000 minutes so far. Ain't nobody had nothing else.
Okay, yeah, just
agree.
Okay.
Hey, cuz, you still in here? Who else still in here? What's up, Rick Official?
Why you don't go up there and see?
Oh. There's only 3 people in here. Who in here? We got Olivia. I don't know who that is. Jermaine dipped off. Rick Official. And then we got King Lee. I appreciate you, King Lee, for kicking with
Okay.
He said, there they go. Rick Official, what's up, fat? What's up, fat? What's up, Rick? What's up, Rick? My man, that's my man. Hold on, stop the car. Stop the car. Roll the window. That's my man. What's up, Rick? I ain't get the electric power window. It cost me too much. The kids over there laughing, they have no idea what I'm talking about. They over there.
Yeah, man.
They don't know what I'm talking about. Bro. What's happening, Rick?
So we gonna move on to the next question since we didn't really have no comments to that one. What is your perspective on the lack of fathers in the black community? What is the cause of it, and what can you do to help resolve it?
Right. So the reason that I thought this was important, the reason I thought it was important to ask the question, especially for men, is because the answer to this question, similar to the other explanation I gave, is going to tell you how you're going to deal with your fathering. You know, I think it's very important as men that we know that when you're coming into a relationship with a woman, one of the greatest things you can offer her is a child, bro. I'm telling you, one of the greatest things, and guys don't know this, they think they got their money and they cuz. The greatest thing you can offer her is a child. And the promise of commitment to that child, regardless of anything. Regardless of anything. How many men can say that? You know what I'm saying? How many men you think she heard say that to her? A lot of them probably offered her a boat, a yacht, a Mercedes, you know what I'm saying, a house, you know what I'm saying, the nails. They probably offered her all of that. How many men offered her a life and a commitment to that, regardless? And in my case,
I thought that's what she has to authorize.
That's what she has to.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways, and that's where it comes into not feeling like one is above the other, because you know there is this falsehood belief that they just, you know, you said we have to offer much more than a child, much more than a child.
So,
oh my goodness, woo!
So with my perspective, I'll go into mine. So
Okay.
My perspective on the lack of fathers in the black community is a lot of our issues, and especially what causes it for me, is the government's influence. A lot of our government's influence.
You sound like a Kardashian. I apologize. There's a lot of S's used, like
Because I'm thinking
government
of
influence.
Because
And I'm like, bro, this is not an episode of White Chicks.
I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. So
Right, well,
that's why
put a lot of S's.
that's why it's coming off like that. So I apologize.
Nobody that's sassy in here. You don't even have nobody that sassy in here. That's
So
a rule.
anyway, I'm that sassy because I'm the feminine energy, sir. Anyway, so for me, a lot of the issues come from the government, and the reason I say this is because a lot of our help that even as women we receive involves them cutting out the men from our lives in order to get that help.
Such a nerd.
So it makes it hard for us to see, as women, to see the value in a man, because the government will help us without this man. The government will give us more money if he puts us on child support. These are the things that younger women.
No, she just asked about the JD.
These are the things that are gonna that younger women see, especially when their mothers are going along with these things. These are the things that you pick up and you learn. So for me, that's where the cause starts, and then going forward, for me, I would love to create things like what we are doing, showing the importance of a father, showing our children that life can still go the way it's planned without the help of the government. Yes, it's helpful, and yes, it's easier. But at the end of the day, if that means taking the father out of my house, that's not acceptable. I don't care how much help they're getting, at the end of the day, it's not acceptable, and we have to make a stand by being able to say that. What are you laughing for? What are you doing? So that's my answer to that question. I'm absolutely not okay with the lack of fathers in our community, and I'm absolutely appalled by how much people don't see the importance in it. So that's my perspective. Although he's sitting here playing with baby food.
What them daddies at?
This is your question, sir.
What them daddies at?
Now answer the question.
Where they hiding them daddies at?
Your answer to the question.
The question is, where them daddies at?
Come on, lay down.
I apologize, y'all. My energy getting y'all in an uproar. What was the question? I gave my perspective already. What was it?
Okay, this perspective on the lack of fathers in the black community, what causes
Yeah,
it,
so
and
look.
what can you do
So
to
yeah,
resolve
so our question, the 7th question that we suggest that you ask on a date or somebody you dating, especially for my men, like I said, is what is your perspective on the lack of fathers in the black community? I guess it don't have to be black, but you know what I'm saying?
right.
But the community, but I say black community because I be trying to look out for my people. You know what I'm saying? White people got a whole lot of help out here.
I mean,
You
not,
saying
and
it
it
is.
also depends. I would say lack of fathers in poverty in our community, because there are white fathers that are going through the same thing.
There are, and I know some, and they're pretty. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying their plight is any, but
It's just
you know what I'm
we
saying?
are a black family, so this
Yeah,
is what is important.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's move forward though. All right, so because they starting to look, y'all know we've been keeping them at bay. I've been throwing in the L.
Okay, so the next question is, what is your relationship like with your family? More specifically for a man, your father, and for a woman, your mother. That's just
Yeah. So an important question that we suggest that you ask is, what again?
what is your relationship like with your
Right.
father?
Ask
slash
them,
mother?
what is your relationship? You said, is the sun still up and be more? I don't think so.
No.
It's like,
No.
no, it ain't up. It ain't up. We lost the question.
What is the relationship like with your mother?
Oh yeah,
slash father?
what is the relationship like with your mother and father? Now that's an important question to ask because he said they got on PJs, bro. Yeah, bro. Let me show you. It's definitely not. Look, it's definitely not.
And we wear PJs all day, by the way.
Yeah, and by the way, yeah, we definitely don't let the time. I got on her pants to be real. Look, let me show y'all.
These are my favorite pants.
I actually got on her pants right now. You see? Don't be checking me out. Don't be checking me out.
But we wear PJs all day.
But
And our kids never wear clothes. So
yeah, we don't really like yeah. But yeah, that was still yeah. All right, so what we doing now? What we say? He said they got on P. Oh yeah.
Okay,
All right,
so
so
the
look.
question: what is your relationship like with your family, mother slash father?
All right, so yeah, my answer to that question. Wait, answer to the question? I mean, I don't have a good relationship with my mother.
I was about to say,
look, I haven't talked to my mother in probably like 8 years, and yes, that question. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that question wasn't really more so for us to answer because everybody's answer is gonna be different and long.
Right.
But we should explain the importance of the question, especially for that one.
Wait, you said why not? Why not what, King Lee? Just specify what you mean because by the time the comments come in and I look at it, I don't really know what, you know what I'm saying? It'd be so far after what I said that I'd be like, wait, which part did I? But we're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna move on to the next question. This is the 9th one. Son. I mean, G, calm down.
From the couch to
so we're gonna move down to the 9th one.
The 9th question is: who is more important in raising a child, a mother or a father?
Oh, you said why my relationship with my mom not right? Well, okay, so
it's a long story. That's why I said it's
yeah. I mean, I could give you the short story. The short story is she let a dude that she was messing with abuse my little sister, I wasn't going for it. She took his side over mine. I said my daughters can't come over your house no more without me because I don't trust that nigga around my kids. She got mad, teamed up with my baby mother. That was the end of it. Turned everybody in the family against me, told everybody I was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Got people, you know what I'm saying? So, and she came to court, testified against, she came to court. She didn't testify against me, but she came up to the court and caused a ruckus up there and everything, was trying to threatened to fight my goddess, you know what I'm saying, was yelling and, talking about I was a drug addict, all this other stuff, so, but look, I don't want to go into that, on this right now.
That was not a short story, by the way.
Yeah, and it wasn't as short of a story as I tried to make it, but long story short, she teamed up with my baby mama against me. Alright, so look, number 10. Oh wait, what, did you want to?
No.
Alright, so number 10 out of 12. What's up, One Bless Q, what's up, family? I definitely appreciate you for coming through the live. This is one that I would want you to watch back, or I wish you could have caught. We, because I know you got the family dynamic going on over there as well. We just doing, we went over like a list of 12 questions that we have, that we suggest that you ask, on a first date or like when you're dating somebody. Alright, so, you want to read the temple?
What is your perspective on honesty, loyalty, and trust?
Alright, so what is your perspective on honesty, loyalty, and trust? That's an important question to ask somebody because it's going to tell you a lot about... It's either going to tell you a lot about whether or not they think truthfulness and honesty is important, or it's going to tell you whether or not they want you to think that they think truthful and honesty is important. Right? What I mean is, when you ask this question, look out for the lie. Alright? When you ask this question, just watch their eyes, watch how they respond, because somebody who does something is always like put off or off put by you asking something that makes them feel that thing. Like for instance, if you went pool hopping. For those who don't know what pool hopping is, it's when you break into a pool. That was a long time ago. People probably don't do that no more, but you would get wire cutters, cut the gate, and break into a pool. If you went pool hopping, right, and then jump in and then run if the police came. But if you was pool hopping, right, and then the next day everybody's like, yeah, man, yesterday was crazy, man. Was anybody at the pool last night? You're going to turn your head. Something's going to react in you. Like, even if you try to not, it's just going to react because you can affiliate yourself with what you're hearing. So when Joe, keep it down. So when you ask a person, what is your perspective on honesty, loyalty, and trust, and they start to like, they roll their eyes. They might not just give a clear sign, but it might be something like, just look at how much energy they give to it. Like, you know what I mean? And that's a good sign. You say, you got any lectures upcoming, bro? Do I have any lectures coming? That was a side question. I got a lot going on.
What did they say?
Somebody said, do you got any lectures coming up?
I mean, you was just talking about doing my lecture, so.
Yeah, I was, but it's just weird because we in the middle of a live about questions. What did you think about the questions? The great day 999 said, you got any lectures coming up soon, bro? What you think about? I'm just to answer you. I'm not sure. But what you think about like the questions so far that we've asked? Some of the questions that we've asked about, you know what I mean? Like
after the last few questions, we can recap and go over all the questions again. It looks like we only have one viewer in here.
Alright, so question 11 is, how do you handle conflict in life and in your relationship? So this is important because it's gonna tell you how they handle conflict, or it's gonna at least like show you how they feel about somebody trying to bring up problems that could be strenuous on them. So like this might be a good question to kind of figure out how they deal with like stress, or how they deal with things that might be a lot for them. You know what I'm saying?
So it was something we was talking about in the car earlier that we said we can bring up during the live. I forgot what it was though. When we was driving from the market. I cannot remember what it was.
I forget too.
Cause you was like, that's good. That's a good example. We should say that in the live. And I can't remember what it was. I'm so annoyed. I I do not remember what it was, and that really bothers me. But anyway, because I really wanted to say it.
So yeah, there was something that we was thinking of in the car that we wanted to talk about, but we
it was in reference to one of the questions. It was an example that we wanted to give, because it was actually an example about us, but I cannot remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But yeah, alright,
question number 8.
Yeah. So then we go. I just wanted to see if it was about. So number 11. Oh yeah. So look. So the last question, y'all, before we get out of here. My apologies, y'all, that might be watching this back. Number 12, because it's been a while. Y'all been with us for a minute. All right. How long it's been? We've been on this live for how long? An hour and 10 minutes. All right. So let's go ahead and get this thing wrapped up. All right. So number 12. What is your life choice in regards to spirituality / God, right? So this is important because it's going to tell you a lot about a person in terms of what things, obstacles and such you might have to overcome in their life, right? Because if a person is highly religious, then there's going to be a lot of cult-like behavior that comes along with that. I mean, Jew.
I mean, and to be clear, another reason why I feel like this is important is to make sure you guys are on the same page. Because you meet a person, you date a person, and you don't really understand enough about them until you get serious to the point where they're now bombarding you with going to church, they're doing this, they're doing that. And if you guys are not on the same page with that, even when you have children, it can become a problem, because then you're like, well, I want my child to be this, and I want my child to be this. Okay, so, and then you get to that point where you're fighting over what spiritual beliefs you have, and it can be a lot. So I think that's important that you guys agree on that and know what it is that you want from a partner when it comes to that.
Yeah, agreed. And use discernment, because me personally, my 2 eldest daughters, I actually did have a conversation and asked the person if we could, what they thought about fatherhood, and we talked about me making sure that I would be there and that the kids would have their father, and I thought everything was understood. It was it was like, hey, okay, we would never do that, right? And then it just, somewhere down the line, I guess because of other things that I didn't see, or my discernment was not able to see, this person still was able to do all of the things that they said they would not do in the beginning. So be careful of that. Although you're asking these questions, don't always, I would tell anybody to never just trust somebody is telling you the truth. You know what I mean? That's borderline crazy. You know what I mean? Don't ever just trust.
How detailed they are about their answers as well, because you can tell when a person is passionate and when they're answering from the heart. And those things are very important.
Yeah, and a lot of people, and keep in mind that people who are lying don't like to be questioned. You know what I'm saying? Or when somebody is not really into something, they don't like to be questioned. So like when you question somebody, or if you think somebody's lying, or you think they might be being holding back, being mischievous, being deceitful, just keep asking them questions, not in an annoying way, like, oh, so where'd you go? So what'd you do? Not like that, but just in a way like you're intrigued. And pay attention to whether or not they, because people don't get upset when you ask them about things they want to talk about. You know what I mean? If you ask them, oh, hey, I like your car. When'd you get that car? Oh, where'd you buy the car? Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, those are nice rims. Where'd you get those rims? They're not going to be like, come on, man, what are you going to ask me about every feature my car has? They're going to be excited because they want to talk about it, right? So if somebody really is the person that they're acting like they are, they won't be off-put by you, huh? They won't be off-put. All right, but look.
So we're going to run through the questions real fast again, and then that'll pretty much wrap it up. For those who, just a quick rundown of the questions again. So the questions that we feel are important to ask when you're dating are: 1, what order do you serve your family dinner? Number 2, Does cheating mean you don't love a person? Number 3, what is your perspective on fathers who don't have a job? Number 4, what is the role of a woman or a man? Number 5, how important is sex to a relationship? Number 6, if you have children and end up separating, what would be your idea of good co-parenting? Number 7, what is your perspective on lack of fathers in the community? What causes it and what can you do to resolve it? Number 8, what is your relationship like with your family, mother/father? Number 9, who is more important in the raising of a child, a mother or a father? What is your perspective of honesty, loyalty, and trust? And number 11, how do you handle conflict in life and in your relationship? Number 12, what is your life choice in regard to spirituality and God? So those are our 12 questions. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Alright, family, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. For anybody who watched this back, it's been a very long video. I'll chop this up probably and post it back. Y'all remember to be positive, be optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, and give us a follow at Jay Giddens Family. And let us know if you want to see more videos like this. We'll probably try to make them shorter in the future.
Probably.
Yeah, probably should. Alright? Remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle. Jay Giddens out.